Hey there, my dungeon crawling, spell slinging adventurers. Today we're diving into the pixelated depths of a game that transformed chairs into thrones for gamers everywhere. Yes, it's the legendary Baldur's Gate. So grab your digital swords and spellbooks because we're about to uncover how a game became a cornerstone of digital fantasy adventures. Before Baldur's Gate became a name synonymous with RPG greatness, it was just a wild idea brewing in the minds at the fledgling company called BioWare. Founded by newly minted medical doctors Ray Muzica and Greg Zeschuk, talk about difficult names to pronounce, and Augustine Yip. Yeah, doctors who swapped their stethoscopes for game controllers. Now let's rewind to the mid-90s. BioWare was actually BioWare's Plan B, because these docs were initially more into medical software. But like any good game plot twist, their passion for gaming won out, and they decided to enter the video game industry. Their first project wasn't Baldur's Gate though. Nope, they cut their teeth on a mech game called Shattered Steel. But it was Baldur's Gate that really put them on the map. Why, you ask? Well, they took a gamble on reviving the isometric RPG style, but infused it with real-time twist, using the Dungeons & Dragons rule set. This wasn't just any RPG. This was an RPG that let you pause the action, strategize, and then jump back into the fray. Kinda groundbreaking. But oh, the development was no cakewalk. They had to create their own game engine from scratch. Enter the Infinity Engine. This beast of a program was capable of rendering vast maps and handling a complex script filled with branching dialogues and multiple outcomes. The engine was so robust it later powered other BioWare classics like Planescape Torment and the Icewind Dale series. And controversies? Well, sure, there was a bit of a stir when the game pushed the boundaries with its complex storytelling and adult themes, something not all gamers were used to at the time. Plus, let's not forget the logistical nightmare of coordinating voice actors for hundreds of characters, a novel concept that set a new standard for RPGs. The developers, a dedicated team of programmers, writers, and designers, often worked long hours, fueled by nothing but passion, and probably a ton of caffeine, to see their vision come to life. Among them were key figures like James Olin and the lead designer whose D&D obsession helped shape the game's faithful adaptation of its tabletop origins. Alright, strap in because we're about to dive deep into the heart of Baldur's Gate, the story and its band of characters that could give any soap opera a run for its money. The game sets you in the Forgotten Realms, specifically in the region of the Sword Coast, a place with enough intrigue and danger to keep even the bravest adventurers on their toes. You start as a humble ward under the care of the wise and mysterious Gorion. Life's pretty chill at the Candlekeep, your scholarly paradise, until, plot twist, you're suddenly thrust into the wild with assassins hot on your trail. Talk about a rough start to our hero's journey. Now, the real kicker in Baldur's Gate isn't just surviving, it's uncovering your own secret heritage. Spoiler alert, you're the offspring of Baal, the god of murder. Yep, Daddy Dearest was a deity with a penchant for the macabre. This revelation sets the stage for a saga filled with conflict, moral dilemmas, and the quest to defy or embrace your dark destiny. And let's talk characters. Oh, the characters. Each companion you meet isn't just a set of stats. They're fully fleshed out personalities with their own goals, fears, and quirky banter. Take Minsk, a hulking ranger with a penchant for justice and a pet hamster named Boo. Yes, a pet hamster. This guy delivers comedy gold and heart in equal measure, proving that even in a game about gods and monsters, it's the human and rodent moments that truly resonate. Then there's Jaheira and Khalid, a married couple battling through their personal losses while helping you navigate the political and literal minefields of the Sword Coast. Their dynamic adds a layer of relatability and depth, showing that the battlefields of the heart are just as complex as those they fight on. But what's an epic tale without a villain? Enter Saravak, an antagonist with more layers than an onion. His ambitions are as large as his physique, and his connection to you is, well, let's just say it's complicated. Saravak isn't just a bad guy, he's a reflection of what you could become, pushing you to ponder the age-old question. Are we defined by our nature, or can we choose our own path? Now let's geek out over the gameplay mechanics of Baldur's Gate, which basically the secret sauce that turned a bunch of pixels and stats into a cult classic. If you thought D&D was just for basement gatherings, think again, because this game brought it to computer screens in a way that was, dare I say, revolutionary. First up, the real-time combat system with a pause feature. Truly a game changer. This little gem lets you freeze the action mid-battle. So, whether you're a tactical genius or someone who panics, mechanics when a squirrel looks at you funny. You can take your time to plan your next move. Think of it as chess, but with fireballs and swords. And ogres. Definitely ogres. But here's where it gets crunchy. The game fully adapts the advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition rules. This means everything from spellcasting to sword swinging is governed by a roll of a digital dice. This adherence to the AD&D rule set not only gave gameplay depth, but also made D&D veterans nod in solemn approval. Character customization is another area where Baldur's Gate shines, like a +1 Sword of Radiance. You can choose from a smorgasbord of races, classes, and alignments. Want to be a noble human paladin? Go for it. Fancy a sneaky elven rogue? No problem. Every choice you make affects how you interact with the world and its denizens, making every playthrough as unique as a snowflake, assuming snowflakes could cast magic missiles. And just when you thought this video couldn't get any more exciting, boom! Here's a stealthy reminder to hit that like button and subscribe if you're enjoying this deep dive into gaming history. It's quicker than a gnome rogue and just as sneaky. And hey, it helps us keep bringing you more of these epic game retrospectives. Now back to the game. Let's not forget the inventory management, which could be a beast to handle. Ever tried juggling potions, scrolls, and an arsenal of weapons while a horde of trolls is breathing down your neck? It's like shopping on Black Friday, but with more immediate life-threatening consequences. The party system deserves a shout out too. Traveling with up to 5 companions not only gives you tactical advantages, but also opens up a layer of interpersonal drama and banter that enrich the storytelling. This dynamic interplay among characters adds to the replayability, encouraging players to mix and match party members just to see all of the dialogue. Now as we catapult into the realm of Baldur's Gate's monumental success, let's crunch some numbers, shall we? This game didn't just sell well, it blasted expectations like a fireball spell in a goblin camp. Upon its release in 1998, Baldur's Gate didn't just climb the charts, it shattered them. The game shipped more than any other title that year for its publisher. Interplay, with its initial units pushing past 175,000 copies in just a few weeks. And that was just the start. Over the years, it has sold over 2 million copies worldwide. That's a lot of adventurers trekking through the Sword Coast, folks. But sales are only half the story. The cultural impact of Baldur's Gate is like a well-aimed magic missile. It hits exactly the right spots. The game revitalized the RPG genre at a time when the feature seemed dominated by shooters and platformers. Suddenly, developers and gamers alike remembered how rich and immersive a well-crafted RPG could be. It set a new standard for blending intricate narratives with deep gameplay, influencing countless games that followed. Titles like Dragon Age and Mass Effect might nod to Baldur's Gate as their spiritual forefather. Critically, it was a darling too, snagging accolades left and right, including RPG of the Year from several outlets. Reviewers praised its depth, complex storytelling, and fidelity to the D&D mechanics. It wasn't just a game, it was a homage to nerddom that brought tabletop adventures to the digital screen with unprecedented fidelity. But here's where it gets even juicier. The game's success spawned a whole series, including the direct sequel, Baldur's Gate 2: Shadows of Omnin, which many argue outshone even its illustrious predecessor. Together, these games didn't just entertain, they built communities. Online forums buzzed with players swapping stories, strategies, and fan fiction, laying the groundwork for modern gaming communities. But Baldur's Gate also marked a pivotal point for BioWare, cementing its reputation as a powerhouse in the gaming industry. This success story allowed them to pursue more ambitious projects, essentially giving them the clout and financial backing needed to innovate and expand their horizons. Now let's gear up for a treasure trove of trivia and secrets from Baldur's Gate that might just make even the most seasoned players raise an eyebrow. First up, in true Dungeons & Dragons fashion, the game is peppered with hidden nods to the classic D&D campaigns and lore. One notable Easter egg is a character named Elminster, a powerful wizard who pops up in various locations throughout the game. Elminster is actually a famous figure in the Forgotten Realms setting, created by author Ed Greenwood. His inclusion was a delightful nod for D&D aficionados. And here's a quirky fact. The infamous space hamster, Boo, carried by the beloved character Minsk, has become a symbol of the game's quirky humor. Boo is referred to as a miniature giant space hamster, which is not only a hilarious oxymoron, but a nod to the creativity and fun the developers infused with the game's dark, expansive world. And just like a rogue vanishing with a swish of their cloak, our journey through the depths of Baldur's Gate comes to an end. We've battled through the lore, strategized with the gameplay, and unearthed secrets that were better hidden than your snacks when relatives visit. Until next time, keep your spells ready and your inventory full. Thanks for watching, and remember, never trust a gnome with a secret. If you enjoyed exploring the lands of Baldur's Gate, click this video here to see more from the Retro Reload. And as always, thank you for watching.